Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Warriors have needs in their squad and one of them is to sign a big center, and rumors are emerging that Domantas Sabonis could become available and would be a great signing for the Warriors. Although Jonathan Kuminga raised the level of his game, some players had a drop in performance, as in the cases of Buddy Hield, Draymond Green and Brandon Podziemski. NBA rumors: Warriors will make a big deal to bring Domantas Sabonis if he becomes available for trade. After starting their season 12-3 and spending time as the top seed in the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors have collapsed. They found early success running 12 or 13-man rotations in Steve Kerr's system, but they have fallen to 16-16 and are now barely holding onto a play-in tournament spot. As the Warriors try to remain afloat, Stephen Curry and Draymond Green have grappled with their mortality. Both know they don't have much time left in the NBA, and their primes are quickly coming to an end. Some have predicted that the Warriors will make a massive trade to go all in on one last run. I predict that the Warriors will trade for a veteran superstar at some point in 2025, wrote FanSided's Michael Sines on Sunday. No matter what happens at this year's trade deadline, the Warriors are a team that appears ready to make a big move via trade. The Warriors have been linked this season to Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and others in trade rumors, but with a glaring hole in the frontcourt, a trade for a more traditional center makes the most amount of sense. As their in-state rival Sacramento Kings deal with the firing of a coach and speculation that star point guard De'Aaron Fox will ask to be traded, teams are circling hoping to capitalize on a rebuild in Sacramento. If the Kings indeed reset, the Warriors should go all in on adding Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis is averaging 20.8 points and 13.6 rebounds this season, to go with 6.1 assists. He has led the league in rebounds 3 times, has twice received MVP votes in Sacramento, and is under contract through 2027-28. If the Kings want to rebuild and the Warriors decide to go for one last ride, Golden State could offer Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton II, Kevin Looney, and up to 3 first-round picks. The Kings have enough cap space to also take on Brandon Podziemski or Jonathan Kuminga instead if the Dubs want to hold on to their draft picks. Kuminga, Payton II and Looney are all on expiring contracts, and the added addition of either Podziemski or draft capital would help propel a rebuild for the Kings. The Warriors, meanwhile, get one of the NBA's best rebounders and someone who they can quickly build around once Curry and Green decide to hang them up, possibly with a 5th ring on their fists. Warriors' long list of trade targets illustrate desire for additional scoring. By Adam Taylor, last updated January 1, 2025, 9:56 a.m. Eastern Time. The Golden State Warriors have reportedly been looking for a new star-level talent to complement Stephen Curry. That search undoubtedly gained speed after Klay Thompson left the franchise in the summer. Reported interest in Paul George and Lauri Markkanen failed to yield the desired result. As such, General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. is expected to be active as we approach the February 6 trade deadline. Golden State has plenty of tradable assets, ranging from young, high-upside players to future draft picks. According to Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, the Warriors have been casting a wide net in their search for another star. Golden State has done its due diligence on several notable players on the trade market, including but not limited to Jimmy Butler, whom Warriors general manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. played with in Chicago, Brandon Ingram, Cam Johnson, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Kyle Kuzma, etc., Scotto reported. The list of names shared by Scotto clearly shows that the Warriors are looking for one very specific thing: high-level scoring. The addition of Dennis Schroeder has already provided head coach Steve Kerr with extra ball handling and playmaking. However, Curry is still shouldering a significant burden when it comes to putting points on the scoreboard. When it comes to potential trade targets, much will depend on what or who the Warriors are willing to give up. Cam Johnson, who is reportedly available, could be the most logical addition. However, Dunleavy would need to part with multiple draft picks. Moving on from some of the younger talent who are struggling to crack the rotation may be more desirable. By having so many tradable assets, the Warriors are in an enviable position. However, it also means there's more pressure to get things right when choosing who to target. Finding someone who fits Kerr's motion-based system and can thrive in a secondary or tertiary role is essential. Still, with a clear idea of what they're looking for, the Warriors can operate with laser focus. Whether they choose to strike now or wait until the summer remains to be seen. Nevertheless, the team needs a fresh injection of talent. Golden State can't afford to wait for too long. Curry and Draymond Green aren't getting any younger. Why Warriors' New Year's resolution involves trade. Given the Golden State Warriors' 10th seed position, it's apparent they require outside help. Outside of DeAnthony Melton, whom they traded to the Brooklyn Nets, the Warriors don't have any long-term injuries on their roster. A change is necessary in light of their relatively healthy roster and disappointing 16-16 record, which is why the Warriors' New Year's resolution involves a trade. Due to the complicated implications of the CBA, blockbuster trades won't likely occur at the rate as years prior. However, unless the Warriors wish to continue their downward spiral into the irrelevant portion of the Western Conference playoff race, General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. must find a route to trade for a game-changing player. Moreover, the NBA has multiple players involved in trade rumors. Chicago Bulls' Zach LaVine, Sacramento Kings' De'Aaron Fox, and Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler, to name a few stars, are all among the players who fit the description of what the Warriors need. However, due to Fox's potential price tag, what the Warriors would have to swap a third team deems necessary for such a trade to make sense for the Kings. Conversely, in light of the Kings' embarrassingly rich history of voluntarily receiving the short end of the stick in trades and drafts, who's to say they wouldn't fumble a proper return for Fox's services? Aside from Fox, who is likely the least obtainable player for the Warriors, LaVine is ironically the most challenging player to obtain between him and Butler. Despite years of the Bulls struggling to trade LaVine due to injury or a ridiculously high asking price, he's now a logical option for the Warriors, as his youth compared to Butler and explosive offense bodes well for the Warriors system. Yet, due to LaVine's turnaround, he's now more worthy of the bill Chicago's front office wrongly attempted to charge interested franchises in the past. Related, Warriors trade for Jimmy Butler rumor means calling Pat Riley bluff, the player likely, even if it means sacrificing the future of the franchise and making it now or never for a 10th seed team, is Butler. Despite Pat Riley's insistence on not trading Butler, he may change his stone-cold mind if he receives multiple picks and perhaps a young player. If the Warriors fail to make a significant trade in the new year, expecting anything other than an interesting first-round playoff series exit is out of the question. The Warriors' New Year's resolution must involve a trade, as they can't survive without a legitimate second option to Curry. Although it's a better business decision to hold the remaining assets for when their aging superstar retires, withholding Curry from the playoffs seems like a crime against competition. Warriors could trade All-Star to fill Thompson void. Thompson probably would have helped Golden State be in better position at this stage of the campaign, at least. From here, though, it remains to be seen whether the Warriors will pursue a 3-and-D star who approaches Thompson's value before the February 6 trade deadline, or whether they will draft another dynamic All-Star who offers a new skill set. If Thompson had stayed in the Bay, he, Stephen Curry, 36, and Draymond Green, 34, could have competed for another title.